comedy when Christ take a blood bath.
We got all these shows. Oprah been on for years. Wendy Williams on for years. You got The View. We've been hearing black women forever. And guess what's been happening in our communities? They been getting worse and worse and worse and worse. The problem is the man got to stand up.
So man, prepare slaughter for their children. So fast, oh no, what you know about it? A boatload of bankroll, we ain't worried about it.
That's the problem. We need men to stand up and control their houses, right? And that's what we need. That's what we need. I'm going to show you something. Read that real quick.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence.
The Bible says the woman got to learn in silence, right? If she got a righteous man over her, she can settle down, stand back, and let the man lead.
Right.
Read.
With all subjection.
I mean, in everything. Right? When a man out teaching the women, let's learn in silence. Now, not to say that we don't value the voice of a woman, right? But guess what? Men need to hear men. We out here to talk to the men, and that's what they need to hear, men, right? Because they get seduced by the voice of the black woman. They get seduced. Hey, you know, a man could be talking, and a woman can stand over in that corner looking good. All the men will leave and go talk to her. That's what they'll do. Men gotta hear this word from the men, and it ain't no offense to the black woman. I'm married to a black woman.
But can you honestly say a good man is led behind a black woman? It takes a black woman to have a good black man.
It take
in order for him, if he fall down.
If he fall, yeah, 100%. Let me show you what the Bible say. 1 Peter chapter 3. I'm gonna show you something. What you just said is in the Bible. We ain't against that, right? Because guess what? Because my black woman, when I was out the spirit, guess what? She been taught by me, the Bible by me, and how to be righteous by me. So guess what? If I fall, she giving me my own words right back according to the Bible. So she got to be led first, right? Now watch this. 1 Peter 3.
1 Peter.
That's right. That's right. We ain't talking about being you got to be a godly man. And that's why we talking about man. What does it mean to be a man according to the Bible?
Right.
We ain't for all these drug dealers. We ain't out for these pimps. We ain't out for these men that's treating these women around, sleeping with this woman, that woman. Guess what? We about godly man. Most of us all married out here. Who all married out here? I know I'm married. We all married to black women. He ready to get married to a black woman. And you know what he doing right now? He ain't having sex right now. He waiting until he find a righteous sister before he do that. That's biblical. If the church taught that, guess what? We wouldn't have all the issues that we have today. We shame people for coming into church pregnant without having a husband. We wouldn't have these issues. But you know what the church say? Come as you are. That ain't in the Bible. Come as you are. It's not in the Bible. Read that scripture.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
That's always the first step. The first step is always for the woman to be in subjection to her husband. They say it ain't no good men out here. The good men married to good women. That's what it is. The good men are married to good women. The Bible says that a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. They are match made in hell, right? But a righteous man, he ain't looking for no woman that's out here all at the club, ratchet, dressed like a hoe or nothing like that. He ain't looking for that. He looking for a righteous woman like she got some wisdom about herself. She moved the right kind of way. She ain't trying to usurp authority over the man. That's what a righteous man looking for. Right. What you got? What you got, sis?
So we on the woman, and I understand that.
We was on the men first. You brought it to the woman.
Yeah, but what I'm listening to, can we honestly say about the men portion?
We've been talking about the men since I've been out here.
But what I'm specifically getting at is that you got men walking around here with their pants hanging out.
And that's what we're saying. That ain't a man according to the Bible.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a boy.
With their butts hanging
We're
out.
against sagging. We're against that. The Bible is against that.
Right.
But you got to look at the perspective now. And all this transgender.
We're against that too.
Out here.
We're against all of that, sis.
You got guys out here looking like women.
We're against that.
And I understand that. But this is what real women have to deal with. And I'm speaking as a real true woman. When you out here dating and you...
She shouldn't be no dating.
Well, what I'm saying is, you first got to meet the person.
I'm going to show you something. Let me show you something. See, biblically, the woman was never by herself.
Right.
She was never an individual out by herself. Right. Either she was under the direction of her father, under the direction of the elders of the church, or under the direction of her husband. Right. It was never a woman out here by herself in the dating scene. That's never happened, right? So if I got a daughter,
Wonder if she's an independent,
and there ain't no such thing.
college-bound student.
Okay.
Is she looking for
She need to find God first.
Right.
She got to find God first, sister.
That's right. She got to find God first.
And I'm gonna show you what the Bible say. You know what I want? Being continuously with a godly man. Read that.
Sirach chapter 37 and verse 12. But be continually with a godly man.
Just like what you said, like they have a lot of sisters that's out here and meeting men that ain't right. Guess what? First, she got to find God. She should be continuously with a godly man. Us, how we deal with the women in our congregation, with the young women, we ain't about to let no knucklehead come talk to these sisters.
Right.
When we deal with marriage, how we deal with it, they got to come to the men first. We'll be like, so what's you got a job, right? You got your own place. You know, we gonna talk to the people and be like, what's up? What's his works? What he do? Is he out here doing the work of the Lord?
Right.
Or is he out here doing his own things? He playing video games all day? Or is he a man according to the Bible, keeping the commandments? So that's first. Read that one more time.
But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
So guess what? That sister, she's gonna have to be around men that she know keep the commandments of the Lord.
Right.
That's the first step. Nothing's gonna go right when we go outside of the order. It's always been an order, right? So if you a sister that's by yourself, you're not keeping the commandments yourself, you think you're gonna find a godly man?
Bring it out.
You can't find a godly man, because a godly man ain't looking for a woman that's not keeping the commandments.
Wonder if a woman is grew up in the house with
Okay.
no father figure, no man to teach her the directions that she need to know to go about finding a good man.
Right.
And you independent, growing up in college, in school, your career, and you have no leadership.
Okay.
So you sitting out here wandering around trying to find the right man, but you don't know where to go to find the right man. And even if you go to a man in the church, he still ain't a good man.
Now I'm gonna show you that that's the woman's fault, and I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna show you why I say that. Give me that. You know what I want? Teach the young women. 1 Timothy, Titus chapter 2. I'm gonna show you why. Because there are women out here that has a good man, right? That's being taught by a good man, being led by a good man. And I'm gonna show you what her role is. Because a lot of times they want to take on the role as the head of the church, right? The number one and the number two in this church is the man and the woman. That ain't supposed to be that way. There ain't no co-pastors. There ain't no such thing as a woman pastor. Juanita Bottom. That's not biblical.
Right.
Right? But let me show you what is biblical. Read that.
Titus chapter 2 and verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
So first of all, the older women, they got to make sure they following the commandments of God. And you know how they do that? Because they being taught by their husbands on how to do it, or by the heads of the church if they keeping the commandments of God. Read.
Not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things.
So the elder women, they got to be teachers of good things. They got to teach good stuff first. Read.
That they may teach the young women.
For these young, independent women that don't have a father figure, right, that's out here in college, meeting different guys, that's not good, that ain't no good, because I was a no good Negro. I promise you I was. I was out there bad. All praises to the Most High, I got this Bible. Because if I ain't had this Bible, I'd still be, it'll be bad. It'll be bad for all y'all sisters, old and young. It is what it is. They said, the Bible said all bread is sweet to a whoremonger. And I was a whoremonger. Everything was sweet. And it's whoremongers in that church right there. Right. Guess what? So we trying to bring the laws of God to them just like it was brought to us. Right. And we changed. So guess what? We want our brothers to change.
Right.
Read.
To be sober, to love their husbands.
Guess what? The woman got to be taught these things. And guess what? The Bible said an aged woman should be teaching this. But guess what? What the aged woman teaching? When we watch TV, we watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. What's getting taught? Independent. You don't need no man. You could do, even some of the pastors saying you could be, what's that, they say you can be bad out by yourself. Creflo Dollar, he said you could be bad out by yourself. They made fun of Kevin Samuels dying. They in the church talking about him. They men of the Lord laughing about a black man that was trying to fix his people just because they didn't agree. They mocking his death. Right. Talking about you can be bad out by yourself. That's what's wrong with the woman. She been taught she don't need a man. Right. Have you ever heard the term, I'm a strong Asian woman, ever? Nope. You ain't never heard that. You want to know why? Because Asian women strong because they got a man that's strong. You ever heard, I'm a strong Arab woman? Never. Never, ever, ever. You ain't never heard that. You ever heard a woman, I'm a strong white woman. I'm independent. No. The only ones that did that when they brought that feminist movement, because they was having issues with their man, they brought the black woman in, right? One thing I always love is that sign at one of these Trump rallies is a black woman standing there and say, white women voted for Trump too. They always sucker our women in to put them against the black man.
Right.
All other nation women are for their man. Back in the 60s when we was out here, black power, black pride, the black woman was right next to us with an afro with the fist up. Right. But for some reason, after the feminist movement, our black woman separated from us. Even fresh out of slavery, when we was Black Wall Street, all these different things we was doing, the black woman was right there. Right. After that feminist movement, after that white woman came and said, you ain't got to listen to your man no more, that's when the separation happened. That's when marriage went down. That's when all the wickedness went up. That's what happened, right? Real quick, let me finish reading it. Read it one more time.
That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands.
They gotta be taught to be sober. They can't be out here being drunk, right? They can't be taught to be drunk. How you doing, brother? You come on up here. Guess what? They ain't the black woman gotta be taught by older black women not to be drunks, right? But we know on Friday night, there's a woman in the club, she getting drunk, right? Who's standing up against that? What black women, what show? They got all these syndicated shows. What show is talking about the wickedness of the black woman from other black women? None. Right. None of them. Right. All they doing is saying, oh, you good. You a boss. Boss up. You could be bad all by yourself. They say you don't need a man. Beyonce said all my ladies independent. Right. Beyonce married though. Right. Well, when she gonna say don't be independent no more, find you a husband that can lead you? Nah, you can't. You don't find that song. People still singing that. To the left, you must don't know about me. All this different stuff like that. While she married. I guarantee you she listened to Jay-Z. I guarantee you Sean Carter tell her don't do it. I bet you she don't do it.
Bring it up.
But she's telling all these women independent. You know why? Because that's where the money at. The black church make money off the black woman. They understand that black women are consumers. Right. So that's what they do. It's a separation, right? So guess what? How you doing, my brother? So Sister had a question she asked about, because we was getting on the men, then we started getting on the women. She's like, well, you got certain women that's by themselves, what they need to do. And we saying that the older women should be teaching these younger women something. Right. Read it one more time.
That they may teach the young women to be sober.
So the older women got to teach the women to be sober. Read.
To love their husbands.
The women got to be taught how to love their husbands. Right? The black woman, she really don't show much love for the black man. Right? She say, it's my way. What they say? Happy wife, happy life. Hell no. I'm happy in my household. My wife need to go out of her way to make sure I'm happy. Guess what? I'm out here in the sun trying to teach my people. When I come home, it better be some food ready. Right? The AC better be on, and she better be ready to rub my feet if I want her to. That's what she should be doing. And guess what? She only gonna want to do that if she taught by righteous women that you want to know how to make sure your man stay with you and do right by you and don't go out and mess with all these other women. This how you love your husband, sis. This is the way you do it. So guess what? That ain't being taught though. They gotta be taught how to love their husbands. Read.
To love their children.
Guess what? The black woman gotta be taught how to love their children. Right? Give me that in Isaiah. 3:16. Give me that in Isaiah 3:16, because a lot of the issues that's going on in these communities, the 32 murders and everything, it's done by our young men, right?
Right.
Who leading these young men? It's happening through a lot of single parent households. But a woman leading these men. The women say men ain't ish, but you raising them.
Right.
It's a problem there, right? Read that.
Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. As for my people.
As for our people, because that's what we care about. We care about our people. We out here for our people, brother. Read.
Children are their oppressor.
The Bible is a true book. We are oppressed by our own children. These young knuckleheads out here killing people. 32 murders already in Birmingham done by our young men, right? And the black church got man up ministry shirts on, but they can't tell me how to be a man according to the Bible. They act like we ain't even out here. They're like, if I act like I don't hear it, everything's all good. And that's the problem. We don't have men that want to be leaders. If we wrong, then guess what? Come show us in the Bible that we wrong. That's what a man would do. But you ain't no man if you're going to walk away from the word of God and not talk to young men about the Bible. And that's just the truth of it. That's the truth of it. How are we supposed to look up to these men? How? How are we supposed to have respect for these men? And guess what? They don't even want to talk to us about the Bible. We came to their church, in front of their church, to talk to them about the Bible, and they all running like we throwing holy water on the vampire.
Bring it out.
All right. But let me finish where we was at real quick, right? Read that one more time.
As for my people, children are their oppressors.
We all agree on that, right? That we being oppressed by the young people, the young men in our communities. Read.
And women rule over them.
And guess what? They being led by the woman. Women rule over them because because men not being taught marriage in the church. Men not being taught that if you lay down with a woman, you got to marry that woman. I ain't never was taught that in church. I never was taught that if I came into church with a girlfriend, everybody was happy. Oh, hey, honey, how you doing? You gonna join the church? I done went to many churches with different women my whole life, and ain't nobody ever checked me and be like, hey, who are you? You know, what you do? What you do for a living? You up here laying with y'all having sex? I hope y'all ain't having sex, because the Bible say you shouldn't do that. Nah, they want me to pay my 10%. All they want is my money. They don't care about me, and they don't care about their sisters. And if the men say they're about manning up, when they see these young women coming in their church with different men, they'll check these young men and make sure these young men worthy of women of God. But they don't do that. You know why they don't do that? Because they ain't been taught by a godly man. They need to be taught again. And that's what we out here doing, to teach these so-called men of the Lord again that's running away from the word of God. Man up ministry. That man up ministry don't mean nothing on your shirt, because you don't give a damn about the young men in this community. Read.
Oh, my people.
It is true. If you believe, if you care about the young men in the community across the street. Read.
Oh, my people, they which lead thee, cause thee to err.
And guess what? The Bible says we being led, most of these households are being led by the woman, and that's where the error is. They need to be led by the man. You agree with that?
Of course.
100%. The men agree with that. But guess what happened? The men can't speak up no more without being down and talked about by the woman.
Right.
Kevin Samuels, when he came out and talked for like 5 years, he went in on the men about getting yourself together, getting a job, don't sag your pants, stop being out here looking like somebody threw you away.
Bring it up.
Right? Be a man. You can't take care of the black woman. And he said the black man should marry the black woman, but the black woman hate him. You don't know why? Because he told the truth. Oh, nobody want to hear the truth. The Bible say the truth will make you free. What's the question?
Can I give a compliment?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I please have the microphone?
No, man. No, we can't let go of the mic.
The Israelites.
You can say it. It's on camera. They can hear you.
Just aim it right.
All right, I aim it right there.
Aim it right there. I just want to thank strong black men of yourselves coming out here today and spending your time and sweating in the sun and giving your patience and knowledge to this neighborhood, because it needed so bad. I am a Fairfield citizen, and I've been here over 20 plus years, and I seen when it raised from Mayor Larry Langford, and it dropped after he left, and Fairfield went in a sinkhole ever since the Honorable Mayor Larry Langford left Fairfield to go to Birmingham. That was the reason why I came to Fairfield, bought my house in Fairfield, born and raised at Lloyd Nolan Hospital that is now demolished, and worked at the Home Depot store in Fairfield. I'm a real Fairfieldian.
All praises, all praises. Well, look, this we ain't just out here by ourselves. I know you see probably what 10 brothers out here, right? But guess what? We got brothers all over. We got a big church, of men in our church. And guess what? We got schools all over the United States. We got schools all over the world. Right now, all our congregations doing this right now. They're going out and setting up in front of churches, right? We got men right now in Africa and Ghana. We got men right now in Suriname right now across the world. Our ministry is all over because the Bible says that this word got to be heard all over the world.
Right.
And Christianity been heard everywhere.
And I don't have a problem with a black woman following a black man.
All
But
praises.
it takes a true black man for a true black woman to follow. It takes two. It don't take one.
That's it. That's it right there. Yeah, see, the brother gonna stop. He want to keep going. He don't want to talk to us. He's like, how I'm gonna afford this Jaguar if they ain't paying this tithes in my church? You know, it is what it is. That's it right there. You know, so how you doing, brother? How you doing, brother?
I need my shirt. I need the shirt.
Oh man, look, you just need to put it on your shirt. It is what it is, right? Guess what? We all started out somewhere.
You can't see it.
So you believe in this movement? You know who you are according to the Bible? I'm asking. All praises to the Most High, and that's and you see, and that's when the real men gonna start standing up, right? Because the Bible said the foolishness to preach. Give me that Romans chapter, is it 10?
I believe this the only belief.
Yeah, give me that Romans. How you doing, all right, sister?
And it's good.
Real.
It's good. What's your name, sister? Denora. All right, Denora. Before you leave, I can't let you leave if I see something wrong. All right, I love you too, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. Give me 1 John chapter 5 verse 3. I'm gonna show you something real quick. I'm gonna give you 3 scriptures. 3 scriptures. Read that.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
So real love is us keeping the commandments of God, and the Bible says it ain't hard to do, right? So if I love you, I'm gonna talk to you about the commandments of God, right? Give me Deuteronomy 22 and verse 5. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
The Bible says a woman shouldn't wear what pertains to a man. Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
And a man shouldn't put on a woman's garment. Read.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So I'm asking you a question. What's a woman's garment that a man shouldn't be wearing?
All right.
This day and time they wearing everything.
We not talking about this day and time because they doing crazy stuff. They having sex with animals. But what is, let me ask you a question. If you was in China, right? You speak Chinese?
No.
Okay, so if you was in China, you got to go to the bathroom. And you see 2 doors for the bathroom. How you know which door to go in?
The one that has the making of a woman.
And what's the making of a woman? What they showing?
The shape.
What shape?
A dress.
They definitely ain't showing no hourglass. They showing a dress. That's how you gonna know. The Bible says that a woman's attire is a dress. That's a woman's attire. But guess what? We was taught by the white man that everybody wore dresses back then through the movies we watched.
Right.
But that ain't true. The Bible gave the men breeches in the Bible. Those were pants and the women had dresses. So guess what? To make a change, because I'll say your pants are not revealing or provocative, right? But at the end of the day, God said don't do it. It's an abomination. Our sister's supposed to have dresses on. My wife don't own a pair of pants. It is what it is, right? At one point, my wife was so anti-dress. She go to the wedding in pants. She go to graduation in pants. She wasn't wearing no dress. You know, even at an interview, she wearing a pantsuit like Hillary Clinton, right? But guess what? Once she started following me, when I became a godly man, and she started following me, she don't own pants. She wear dresses according to the Bible. Right. And if you don't, the Bible say that's an abomination. He hate all abominations. You can't make it to the kingdom. I don't know if you believe this or not, but I'm just gonna tell you. Right? Now go to Leviticus chapter 13. So that's one law right there that I love you as my sister. I'm gonna tell you and I pray you correct it. Right? Let me give you another one. Read that. Leviticus 13 verse 29.
Leviticus chapter 13 and verse 29. If a man or woman have a plague upon the head or beard, then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair.
I say it's talking about a plague of the hair or the beard, right? It says if it be in it, a yellow thin hair, right? Blonde means yellow. That's what it means, right? In French. So guess what? It was a plague to have blonde hair in your head back then, right? The reason why, because, that's because God, that's the reason why, because God said so. There really ain't no reason why. God said don't do it. It was a plague, right? In this day and age, like I was saying about the feminist movement, we follow that white woman. We follow her, that feminist movement and that woman empowerhood, right? And guess what? We also follow her looks. The black woman, she press her hair to make it look straight. So at her job, she can be accepted. In the world, she can be accepted. By unwise men, she can be accepted. There ain't nothing better than a natural woman. I mean, I just don't understand it. I remember my boss that was white. He said, man, I'm gonna tell you something. Seeing a black woman with the hair, with his natural, it's kind of like curly. He's like, I like that. I wanted to punch him in his face. Right. I'm like, don't you be looking at my sisters. You deal with a cave woman over there.
Right.
But guess what? But he even knew that it was beauty in that thing, right? And that's what they try and shame you. They want to touch it. They want to pat it. They want to say this. But guess what? Come back to who God made you.
Right.
That's what we say. Come back to it. Show off that salt and pepper, sis. Show off the salt. I'm almost there.
I do that,
right?
baby. I'm salt and pepper underneath.
All right. So we got to make sure that you let the underneath out.
Right.
Because you want to know why, sis? Because you are an example to the younger sisters.
Right.
Now, how we just read about the older women got to teach the younger siblings. Y'all don't just teach through words. Y'all teach through your actions.
Right.
So when they see it, they like, I like that too.
Right.
Because auntie such and such got her hair like that. That's how I want my hair. We got to let that go if we really love God. Right, and even if we take the Bible away, stop looking like these cave women. Right, look, the black woman is the most beautiful woman on the planet.
Right.
It is what it is. Give me that Psalms 50 and verse 2. She the most beautiful woman on the planet. Right, look like yourself. Let them want to look like us.
Right.
They up here putting peanut butter and toothpaste in their hair so they can get locks and dreads. Right, let them want to look like us. Read that.
Psalms chapter 50 and verse 2. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty.
We're talking about out of Zion. That's what we from. We from Zion. We the children of Israel. The perfection of beauty. Read.
God hath shined. Our God shall come and shall not keep silence.
And that's what we out here doing. We gonna tell our sisters, your natural state is the perfection of beauty.
Right.
That's how God made you. Guess what? Show that to the young women.
Right.
Guess what? They going crazy right now. The Asian stores. We know how many people. Think about how many Asian kids y'all send into college because we trying to look like the other nations.
Right.
Think about that. What have they done in any of our communities ever? Never. They ain't never did nothing in our communities ever. It ain't never happened. They come in, they set up, they sell you dog hair, they sell you hyena hair.
Right.
It's all matted up chunks of hair, and then they put it in a process and straighten it up and make it look good to you.
Right.
But it's junk, right? You got 8 other spirits on the top of your head, right? We got to come back to us, right? We got to come. Like I think when you said something when you first walked up here, you said something about you said something about spiritual. You didn't say power. What did you say? I can't remember. You were shaking, you was touching our hands. You say you wanted to, I can't remember what you said.
Positive vibration.
Positive vibration. You can't have no positive vibration when you got somebody else's hair in your head.
Right.
That could be a dog's hair in your head right now, sister. Where the positive vibration gonna come from that?
And can I be honest?
Yes, ma'am.
Go through Egyptian times, Queen Sheba and Queen Nefertiti, they wore weaves too.
They did, and they had us in slavery also.
Right.
That's the one thing we gotta realize. The Egyptians. Everybody ain't an Egyptian.
Right.
We out here for the people of God,
Right.
right? The people in the Bible. They wasn't the Egyptians. They was the Israelites. The Egyptians had the Israelites in slavery, right? We go to Africa. We see Egyptians and we see us. It's a difference. You can go to anywhere in Africa. You see people look just like us, and then you're going to see people that look a little bit different. It's a difference between them. Read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
The Bible say don't ever trust your enemy. We go into these Asian hair stores and think we getting virgin hair. What does that even mean? They getting you, look, they up there, you watch these videos, they got these big old satchels of knotted up hair and stuff like that they put them together and they process them and clean the hair all on the ground, on the dirt, and our women killing each other over it. Our women, they call themselves bosses now because they sell bundles that they buy off Etsy.
Right.
That's wicked. We got to come back to our heritage and our beauty, right? Why we got to go to them? You know, they say the woman say, why can't when the black man gonna stand up for the black woman? Now, when the Asian people was beating up black women in the hair store, and the black man came out there to boycott that store, the black women was mad because you know what they put? They put 50% off. They put 50% off. It's time for our people to wake.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.